Why would jumping into a volcano be a bad idea? Let's imagine, for a moment, that you've had a really bad day. Maybe your favorite show got canceled, your cat ignored you for the fifth time this hour, and your coffee tasted like betrayal. In a moment of dramatic flair, you declare, "I'm done. I'm jumping into a volcano." Now let's pause there, because as bold and cinematic as that sounds, jumping into a volcano is not only a terrible idea, it's a uniquely awful one. Not just because of the whole fiery death part, but because reality is much weirder, messier, and more disappointing than the movies would have you believe. Let's start with what people imagine happens. You leap into the heart of the volcano, strike a heroic pose mid-air, fall dramatically into the lava, and vanish in a puff of smoke. Maybe there's even a little plop sound, but that's not what would happen at all. First, lava is not like water. It's not even like really hot pudding. It's more like incredibly thick molten rock with the consistency of peanut butter made of cement. And it's about 1300 to 2200 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot enough to turn almost anything into gas, ash, or regret. But here's the first twist. You wouldn't sink into the lava. That's right, no graceful submerging into a glowing pool of doom. Lava is incredibly dense, about 3 times denser than a human body. You'd land on it, not in it, sort of like belly flopping onto hot asphalt, except the asphalt is moving and on fire, and it hates you. Your clothes and hair would ignite instantly from the radiant heat, even before you touch the lava. We're talking burst into flames in midair levels of hot. The superheated air would scorch your lungs as you screamed, which, let's be honest, you definitely would. Then, as you hit the lava, the outer layer of your body would char and blacken like a horrifying human marshmallow, and didn't immediately pass out from pain or heat. The moisture in your body would flash boil, creating steam bubbles under your skin. You'd probably explode, a little. And even that's not the worst part. See, lava doesn't like being disrespected. Throwing a relatively cool object, like you, into it causes an explosive reaction. Steam, gases, and sometimes lava itself can burst out violently. It's not just you burn and that's it. No, you could trigger a literal lava splash. Not a fun kind, a deadly one. And if that volcano happens to be really active, with magma chambers and pressurized gas below the surface, you might accidentally cause what's called a phreatic eruption, a fancy term for unexpected volcanic tantrum. So in your last moments, not only would you be incinerated, you'd also potentially doom nearby scientists, tourists, and wildlife. So much for a quiet exit. Let's also talk about the smell. Burning human, yes, sorry, would mix with sulfur dioxide and hydrogen sulfide, gases commonly found near volcanoes. Think rotten eggs, acid rain, and a barbecue gone terribly wrong. But wait, you ask, what if I jump from a helicopter straight into the lava lake? Well, first, dramatic. Second, the air around a lava lake is so hot that the helicopter might have trouble staying stable, or even flying at all. Your ride might crash before you ever get your big moment. And if you thought you'd at least go out in a blaze of glory that someone could capture on camera, sorry again. Most people who get too close to volcanoes don't get recovered. Lava doesn't leave much behind. You wouldn't be found. Now, to be fair, volcanoes look like the kind of place where dramatic exits should happen. They glow, they rumble, they literally have smoke and fire. It's like Earth's version of a movie villain lair. But, like most dramatic-looking things, they're also full of lies. Because volcanoes aren't just hot pits. They're complex, living systems of pressure, gas, chemistry, and timing. Jumping into one is not just dangerous for you, it's dangerous for the volcano and everything nearby. So let's go back to that bad day. Your cat might be rude, and your coffee might be a betrayal in a cup. But trust me, there are better ways to handle stress. Watch a sunset, take a walk, yell into a pillow. Bake cookies, just don't jump into a volcano. Because not only is it a bad idea, it's one of the worst ideas you could possibly have. Painful, explosive, unglamorous, and extremely unpopular with the scientific community. Plus, you'd end up on a warning sign somewhere. Do not attempt to enter the volcano. Yes, even you, no matter how dramatic you feel. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more weird questions and even weirder answers. See you next time.